Welcome to our channel. I hate it. Kevin Durant, LeBron James among NBA stars to question new All-Star Game format. In the world of professional sports, change is often the only constant. Such is the case for the NBA's All-Star Game. Introduced in 1951, the All-Star Game took on an East versus West format for its first 66 iterations before switching to a player-led All-Star Draft format in 2018. After 6 All-Star drafts, the game reverted to East versus West in 2024, but that reversion was short-lived. A year after a more traditional format, the 2025 NBA All-Star Game will feature an all-new mini-tournament comprised of 4 teams. And while the All-Star selection process remained the same, the massive format changes have understandably drawn a reaction from a few of the biggest players involved. Here's more on the new NBA All-Star Game format and how a few stars have reacted. Kevin Durant, LeBron James among stars to question new NBA All-Star Game format. "I hate it," a visibly disgusted Kevin Durant said when asked about the changes in December. "I absolutely hate it. Terrible. All-Star Game formats changing all the formats terrible in my opinion. We should just go back to East-West and just play the game." Durant did catch himself and provide some open-mindedness, saying, "We'll see how this one works. I might be wrong. I'm just another guy with an opinion." Devin Booker won't be playing in this year's All-Star Game, but he did side with his Phoenix teammate, telling reporters, "I'm more into the nostalgia." I agree with Kev. I like East versus West with your own team jersey. I like the old jerseys. It's whatever. That same week, LeBron James appeared lukewarm toward the new mini-tournament, though he wasn't nearly as definitive as Durant. "Something had to change. Everyone has their own opinion," James said when asked about Durant's blunt assessment. "I mean, it's different in a sense. It's different, obviously. Anytime you make some type of change, it's going to be some buck back. We gotta do something. Obviously, these last few years have not been a great All-Star Game." That Sunday night, James' sentiment that change was necessary is rooted in the perceived deterioration of All-Star Game quality in recent years. While last season did revert to a more traditional format, the Eastern Conference All-Stars became the first-ever All-Star team to surpass the 200-point mark, doing so in a 211-186 win over the West. Since the format switched to team captains in 2018, 3 games were decided by one possession while the other 4 games were not as competitive. This year's new mini-tournament was implemented to restore some of the competitiveness that fueled the All-Star Game in past decades. With 3 teams of 8 NBA All-Stars and a 4th team of up-and-coming rising stars competing for the All-Star Mini-Tournament Championship, the hope is that shorter games to target stars result in quick bursts of high intensity. Only time will tell if the changes have the intended effect. NBA All-Star Game format explained. This year's NBA All-Star Game features a 4-team mini-tournament of 3 games. The 24 NBA All-Stars, 10 starters, and 14 reserves have been split into 3 teams of 8 for the tournament. Teams were selected by TNT analysts Charles Barkley Team Chuck, Shaquille O'Neal Team Shaq, and Kenny Smith Team Kenny. The 4th team in the mini-tournament will be the winner of Friday night's NBA Rising Stars game played between the NBA's best first- and second-year players and a team of NBA G League standouts. The All-Star Game mini-tournament will feature 2 semifinals matchups and the championship. The untimed games will be played to 40 points, and the winner of each game is the first team to reach or surpass the 40-point mark.